It's 11 o'clock ahead on WPTV News. A fire was stopped by a first grade teacher over Zoom. An elderly woman gets 2 different doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. All that and more coming up next on NEWSBRIEF. Welcome to this WPTV News Brief. I'm Samori Rose. It's 64 degrees right now, and we will have a complete forecast just ahead. But first, a check of today's local stories. 2 men from Wayne were charged with weapons possessions after a heated argument which led to a stabbing on Sunday night. 23-year-old Asante Cugliari visited the emergency room with stab wounds to his leg, face, and abdomen. Cugliari told the police that him and Joseph Delisario were home when an argument related to drug use broke out. Delisario stabbed him and fled the scene. Police charged both men on multiple charges of possessions of weapons. New Jersey universities are setting standards for their return in fall of 2021. Many universities are requiring that their students get the COVID-19 vaccine before returning to campus this fall. Rutgers, Fairleigh Dickinson, and Princeton are leading the way with this requirement for their students. However, universities like Seton Hall and William Patterson are still undecided if they require the vaccine in the fall. University leaders say with this requirement, it could bring normal campus life back sooner in the new school year. Health Commissioner Judith Parashilli has no doubt New Jersey reaching its vaccine goals for residents. They are one step closer than the goal. More than 2.8 residents in New Jersey are fully vaccinated this morning. Governor Murphy wants 70% of residents in the state vaccinated as a benchmark for herd immunity. Murphy is trying to make vaccines available as much as possible to reach the goal and keep everyone protected. Stephanie Navarro-Severa said that the state heads towards herd immunity. It means that fully vaccinated residents won't have to wear masks outside. On Tuesday, the city of Alameda, California released the body cam footage of an interaction that led to the death of a 26-year-old man. Mario Gonzalez of Oakland died on April 19th after the interaction with police. The newly released video shows police placing arms and knees on the back of Gonzalez to keep him restrained. Officials reported the man suffered a medical emergency after the interaction which led to his death. The cause of death have not been determined yet as police await an autopsy. Police have opened 3 investigations into this incident. An Atlantic County man was shot by the police after stealing a police car. Franklin Township Police dash cam footage shows the man running towards the police with his hands behind his back, ignoring the police commands to show his hands. There was no firearm found in the footage or on the man. The incident is still under investigation. 2 prison guards have been charged with misconduct at Edna Monhan Correctional Facility for Women yesterday. According to the Attorney General, Lieutenant Eddie Molina had been charged with 2 counts of official misconduct, and Sergeant Adriana Bridges had been charged with 1 count. He also stated that the charges come from a brutal attack on the inmates. Bridges' attorney has said she's innocent, while Molina's attorney has declined to comment. And now, for your WPTV weather update. It is currently 65 degrees outside and partly cloudy, as it is expected to get hot as 85 degrees today, so make sure you stay hydrated all day. The low tonight is also 65 degrees. Tomorrow we can expect some warm showers with a high of 75 and the low of 59. The weekend opens with some relatively warm weather. Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 68 degrees, but the low drops all the way to 43 degrees. Sunday will be clear skies with the high reaching 66 degrees and the low dropping to 48. And we close out the weekend pretty warm again with a high of 78 and partly cloudy skies and the low hitting 58 degrees. That's all this week for this WPTV weather update. The New York Yankees have been struggling recently. We'll see if they can turn things around.
You're watching WPTV, and just remember, WPTV is watching you too. You're watching WPTV.
Welcome back to this WPTV News Brief. I'm Samori Rose. Time now for news around the country. A teacher was teaching class when she noticed a fire break out on the other end of a virtual session with a first grade student. Anna Leselgay spoke to the young children and his grandmother about the ordeal.
Do you remember what you were learning about yesterday?
I was reading a book.
Monday wasn't a regular school day for 7-year-old Christian Powell Jr., who has been learning online.
We was on our break and I was going to the bathroom and I came back of the fire.
A fire started while he was at his grandmother's house in the attic. His DC Prep Anacostia campus teacher who was monitoring him was one of the first to notice the smoke.
She told me to move my computer so she could see, and then she told me to go into a parent.
That teacher also called 911.
But it wasn't for quick action, it would have been worse.
It took DC firefighters roughly 15 minutes to get the fire under control. Lysandra Lawrence has expressed her gratitude to the teacher for her role in stopping the fire and preventing further damage to the home that she has lived in since 1997.
It could have been worse. Life could be gone. It was caught in time, so it wouldn't be a complete damage. And I thank God for that.
Lawrence and at least 8 others are now temporarily staying at a hotel as they work to repair the damage left behind.
Following the fire, the teacher also brought over 2 laptops, clothes, and even some food. At this time, she wants to remain anonymous.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Lawrence and at least 8 others are now temporarily staying at a hotel as they repair the damages left behind. With so many versions of the COVID-19 vaccine available, many may be wondering if a medical mix-up is possible. Laura Hafley has more on that.
9 years of life, Joanne Lawton's learned one very important lesson.
What good would it do to be afraid of anything?
Even after she got her COVID-19 vaccine, the first dose from Pfizer and the second from Moderna.
How do you feel that you have 2 separate?
I feel no different and I don't give a darn.
But her sons, who weren't comfortable going on camera, tell us they're furious.
They're really...
Joanne went to Adventist Health's vaccine site in Sonora for her first shot.
And it wasn't busy. And I sat down.
And despite her vaccination card stamped with Pfizer's name, staff at the vaccine site delivered a second dose of Moderna.
I signed some things. They gave me the shot and off we left.
Tuolumne County tells Joanne medically there's nothing to worry about. Although it's not ideal, the CDC explains because both Pfizer and Moderna are mRNA vaccine products, they can be given together, writing such persons are considered fully vaccinated against COVID-19 at least 2 weeks after receipt of the second dose of an mRNA vaccine. Joanne says she's feeling better than ever.
I didn't even have a sore arm.
Once a nurse in Tuolumne County, shots like these are no big deal.
And I've always given them and taken them. That's the way we did with other things years ago.
What were some
like smallpox? Everybody got inoculated. Having it is going to send you on your way and be healthy.
No updates yet from Joan, but we're glad to see that she may be okay. The New York Yankees visited the Baltimore Orioles in the second game of a 4-game set last night.
Zimmerman's family is certainly more than ready for first pitch.
Speed that up.
We see Gio Urshela here as he's waiting for the pitch, and he gets a sacrifice fly to deep center field. See the center fielder get the ball as we see DJ LeMahieu tag up and score the first run of the game for the New York Yankees as they lead 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Moving along to the top of the third, we see Aaron Judge hit a laser home run as that one got out of Camden Yards very quickly. That was Judge's 5th home run on the season, as it was a 397-foot home run as well. In the top of the fourth, we see catcher Kyle Higashioka hit a deep fly ball. The right fielder is putting his arms up. He doesn't know where it's at. Why? Because it's in the stands. That moves the score to 3-0 for Kyle Higashioka's 4th home run on the season. Moving along to finish out the game for the New York Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton hits a massive home run to put the Yankees up 5-1. That was also the final score as the Bronx Bombers were victorious. You see Stanton round the bases, and you also see that the Yankees got a great start from veteran Corey Kluber as he was able to receive his first victory since 2019. The New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles will continue their series tonight at 7 p.m. Well, that's all for this WPTV news update. I'm Samori Rose, and we'll have one last update in a couple of minutes. Have a splendid day, everyone.